Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? So, just wanted to hop on real quick and talk to y'all about, I guess, like the energies of everything that's going on. Um, but really, more so just of the fact that for some time now, or at least recently, I've been seeing a lot more videos circulating around, and hear people talk about more of like the shift. Like things are shifting now. Like, a lot of this reality is shifting, and you got to think about it, right? For a lot of us that already been on this journey, like we have been hearing this for like since like what last year, even a little bit before last year, right? But I feel like a lot of that time when we were hearing a lot of like the shift, what it was really supposed to be pushing us to do was like get to the highest version of ourselves, but by doing the small things, by doing the little work, the little work, by doing the little things, the things that we may have been struggling with, or a lot of those shadow aspects that we have been you know I don't want to say surrendering to. I'm trying to think about the you know other word that we just been given into, and so I feel like we're at this point now where it's kind of like if you have been doing the work, like you see how this energy is affecting you in a way of like, either your manifestations are coming through more, or like your desired reality is finally playing out. Or like things that you truly desire, things that you truly value are changing. But I'm saying that change in like a good way, not like a change in a bad way, because that's the thing, that's just where we're at with this shift. It's hitting to a point in a degree to where we're at a point now where it's like, all that work that we did is like I said, it's reflecting back, but then it's also going to be a reflection for a lot of the ones that haven't been listening or haven't paying attention, so they're going to feel a little bit of the disconnect with energy because for some time we've been saying this, right? But every time it's like, well, I thought the shift was gonna come. I thought the shift was gonna come, but it's just like, but hearing a lot of that was preparing us for this current moment now. 222 on the phone. So it's like we're at this point now where things are shifting for real, for real. The energy now at is getting to like I can't say a peak because I feel like the energy never really peaks out, but it's at a high point to where there's like so much high vibrational energy around that it's either influencing you to um change, or it's like it's like the karma is showing up of well, you didn't really do this, you didn't really do that. It's kind of like when you plant seeds, right? But if like you wasn't watering your seeds, if you wasn't taking care of these things that needed nurturing and needed that you being hands-on with it, then how do you expect it to be flourishing or sprouting? And so I feel like that's just where it's at as well. It's like within the energy, people are seeing how you know other people may are elevating, other people at this point where they are taking themselves past this point of where they were before. And then that's where you see a lot of that jealous energy come up, or that low frequency energy, right? They may not understand like truly why, but we get it because it's just the fact of like the difference of the energy of where you're at, the frequency as well. And then you got to think when you start getting to a whole different frequency, people that are not on that level, you can go like way higher than where they've ever been. And I say ever been, but what I heard when I said ever, I heard never been, because they're still learning how to get to just to get up a little bit. So the thing that around this time that we need to remember to focus on is that it's time, If you've been months at a time hearing about this shift here, and you've been doing the work, you've been doing the shadow work, you've been doing the self work, the self healing. And that's the thing, being appreciative of the time, because that's the thing, right? You're doing more than the people that don't do nothing at all. You trying. You see what I'm saying? So you're putting yourself in a position to become a better soul. You're putting yourself into a position to let your soul energy come through more. So it's like you're not just sitting around just accepting that you're fucked up, or that your life's not perfect, or that you making the necessary changes when you see how your life's not aligned, or when you see you're not content, or when you see you're not happy. You're making those small changes because that that's what you need. That's what is needed for you to grow. So let's just say we take away the whole shifting, right? And then we lay it down on the pure foundation of oneself, where you want to go, like what is, what is it that you want to experience, or just even in general, what is it within your reality that is pulling you to become a better version. Because a lot of times, like I said, within this world that's so programmed, like it's programmed for people to just be like everyone else, see someone else and want to get like that, right? It's a difference from inspiring, right? And then it's a difference from trying to copy and be exactly like another person. And a lot of times you see that, we're not on that. We're definitely in the trying to be our own self, but at the same time, it's still that battle of like being in this reality, you know? And reprogramming a lot of the things that were programmed within us to act, respond, deal with people, handle. Like it's different factors that has been programmed into us that capped us out, at a certain point, at a certain time. And it's still capping other people out, But we're getting to this point now where even though things are being capped out, that cap out is kind of like that jump off the edge. Because for the ones that haven't been like going through this, and I feel like I have to make an emphasis on this because I feel like there are gonna be people that watch this video and and that's the thing. Like you gotta think, yeah, there's a great majority of us that are on our path. We're doing what we need to be doing, but then there's also a percentage of people that they may be on a path, but they may not be on their right path. You see what I'm saying? So they could be thinking somewhere that they're going is actually where they need to be going, but it may not. So it's always going to be a part where you can truly feel that you're aligned to where you're going. And then it's always going to be the other path where it's kind of like you're just doing things that you think is in alignment with you, right? Just because it may give you something or just because it may make you feel away, right? But is that true contentment? Is that the true soul fulfillment that you feel, or is it just a body fulfillment, right? And that's where the distinctiveness comes in hand, right? Am I doing this because it feeds my vessel, or am I doing this because it feeds my soul? Vessel, ego, vessel. You get the point. So, just around this time, just kind of let go of deep expectations about where you're going to end up. Let go of these deep fears of where you probably won't end up, like, because that's the thing too, like the fear is the main thing that really keeps a lot of people stuck. It's the fear of, and that's the thing, fear just doesn't go to one thing. You can have multiple fears about multiple things, right? But it's about the fears that block you and stop you the most that you have to overcome, you know? And so it's easy for some people, but then other people, it's not actually something that they can handle because it requires them to face themselves in a degree that brings out that truth. And some people are not ready to face the truth of what they've done or the truth of who they have become or the truth of who they actually are, you know? So you kind of got to respect that, like, some people are at that point and you got to just, you got to let them learn when it's their time. But for you guys that is doing the work, it's time to relish in this energy. It's time to relish in this new everything that we've been working towards. Like I said, your manifestations are coming through more. It's like your desired reality is like playing out, You're either also it could be like your intuition is more on point. It's just these things that you're seeing. It's subtle things that you're seeing because you are in alignment and because you have been doing that work, consistently preparing yourself for, um, I just heard it as like a new chapter of your life. You've been preparing for that, whether that had been, getting rid of people, distancing yourself, canceling out things. It's kind of giving me it's kind of like spring cleaning. So like you were spring cleaning for like a part of the year, you were spring cleaning for the first half of the year. So now that the shift is here, right, and all these things are being able to happen for us, it's an energy sense, especially if this been the year of the eight. I don't know who might connect with this, but yeah. So it's just just keep going, y'all. Just keep going. Like everything you're doing is worth it. Even though it may seem like, you know, what's next. And the what and the thing is, right? That what's next is gonna actually end up being the thing that opens you up to what can be next, you know? Because it is about being present, but it's also about having a outward look on where it is that you truly want to go with your life, you know? With you being here in this experience, right? What is it that you want to experience? What is it that you want to um do? It's kind of like bucket list energy. Um but I'm also getting in a sense of like it could be for like career wise, or it could be like um well, I guess that's what I'm really getting, like more of the career wise, I guess. Like what is it that you want to, well, it doesn't have to stop at career, but I just have to say career because that's like a general, most people get it for career because it's, well, within this reality, right? If you don't have a job, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I guess that's why I have to say career the way I do. But, you just find that thing that is what you are doing, that what really truly fulfills you to the point where you are in contentment and alignment with um the highest energy out there, you know? So I thank everybody for tuning in, watching this video. Um, Definitely gonna hop off. I just felt really kind of guided to just hop on here and give y'all this message. Even if it really wasn't a message, it still was like a moment of realization that I had about how, for all this time, I remember hearing so many people talk about, oh, the shifts, like ever since like what, 2022, I remember saying, oh, the shift's coming, the shift, right? And we all had always been kept hearing about do the work, do the work, do the self work, do the work, do the work, do the work, right? So imagine we've been doing all of this work all of these years, and now the shift is kind of like finally here, right? Or that there's this huge surge of 5D energy that is expelling rapidly. And so it's kind of like it's pushing us to actually um, get more in alignment. It's like, but that's the thing. Because when the energy gets to a certain point, you got to match it. And if your vessel not matching it, your vessel is gonna go through things until it matches it, or it'll put you through a path of heal. See, that's the thing, right? Because everything is happening for a reason. Because at some point, in some degree, it's gonna be about the healing that is transpiring, that is meant to take place. It's kind of like how you're meant to meet certain people. They do you wrong, they do you down bad. It's something that you're supposed to learn, and that person you treating you that way. You may not see it clearly just off rip, but it's something that you were supposed to learn. So that's why sometimes you don't learn, or you don't see it, and you just wallow in the thing. Then it's like, okay, yeah, then you may do a little self work, but then you'll, I thought I heard something. Then you experience that again until you get to a point where you're just fed up with making the same choices, right? So then you take action to do the better. Now you're experiencing the better. So you see what I'm saying? So all those times before were just us preparing for the final moment to make those changes. So, and that's where I said, like, it's about where you at now. We have been preparing all that time, but now it's time to really step into that, because we earned the right to, you know, we sacrificed, we did the work, we made the time to. So, like I said, yeah, there's going to be people that's going to be a little envious or jealous about the fact that you are at a certain place, or that you're doing so much. It's like, it's crazy, but there really do be people that do want you to kind of stop and be at the same level that they at, just because they can't get to your level. So that's, yes, you will literally have people try to dim down what you're doing, or, you know, as I like to say, they'll try to like shit on whatever it is that you got going, to try to put you in the same headspace that they're at. But that's the thing, like, you can't let those people get that, even have that much power to feel, because first off, they shouldn't even have that much power to even think that they can have that much energy to even influence you that much to even do any of that. That's how you know that they're not even, you know, it's at that point, it's not even about helping that person. It's just about letting that person get their karma, letting that person do whatever they want to do. Because whatever they're throwing out there is eventually time to come. It's going to have time to come back, or eventually it's going to be something that they're going to have to deal with. That's going to be something on their guilty conscience. That's going to be something that's within the lessons that they're going to have to learn, you know? And it's true. You will have people that they just genuinely don't like you just because of the type of being that you are, or because the energy that you carry, right? It's like when other people, I'm really getting deep into this message. I wasn't supposed to be getting this deep, but it's just kind of like when it gets to a point, and okay, real quick before I finish, the only reason why I'm going this deep into this and I'm explaining this side of it is because once you guys finally hit that change point and you're at your highest, I'm telling you, it's going to be people that are not at that point that want to be around, but why? But you can't be around people that are not at that point, because all they're gonna do is drain you. All they're gonna do is try to pull you back down to their energy. So yes, that's why a lot of these people that you may have seen in the past, like you already know that they was kind of toxic, or you already knew that was kind of bad, and now they're like gone, or things played out. It's because it's how it was supposed to, because it was an expiration date. They were not meant to be around forever. And it hurts it, because especially if it be people that you thought you really connected with, you'll know. But part of the lesson, part of the experience, part of the growing, evolving, overcoming, facing all of that, clearing it out. Because the thing is, you're making more room for people that are on your frequency. You're making room for the people that, and I get it. Sometimes it ain't that many people out there that um that's at the point that you're at. So yeah, it is a little hard to try to connect with certain people, because it's like, well, right, I get it. But at the same point, don't worry about that, because see, that's just that fear of like, dang, I'll never like be able to. So then you start telling yourself that fear is now reflecting back into you, and now it's going to your subconscious. I'll never meet people. I'll never connect with da da da. So yeah, you're gonna steady meet people that or you won't meet people at all. But when you open yourself up to, you know, I just will be connecting with people that are in alignment with woo woo woo. So now your subconscious is hearing, I am open to connecting with people that are on my frequency. So what will that mean? That frequency that you're on is going to be emitting out there to people that are on that frequency. They'll feel it, or just be an attraction, or just be a magnetation of um, that energy that is being shared, or that energy that is um, that's matched, like matched together. But yeah, so that's all I got, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Oh wait, the phone. Wait, is it on? No, it is on. Okay. Um, thank y'all for tuning in, though. Um, oh, trying to see how to end it. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Y'all stay safe, keep healing. Trust the shift that's going on right now. Trust yourself. That's most key. Trust yourself. Trust the shift. Trust everything that is just happening for you at this time, and trust that it's happening for your highest good, and not because you don't deserve it, or you don't, unless you did something bad and it's karma. We all get it. Happens to everybody. It's crazy, but it's true. It's just one of those things